Okay.
Am I
So,
on?
you're on.
I'm Susan Dussault. I'm the fourth child of Art and Audrey. Barbara's younger sister, of course. Growing up, everything was a lot of fun. We'd go over to Higgins's sometimes. We'd go over to Bowman's. Higgins's was one of my best memories, though. We'd go over there, and it was like a free-for-all. The kids were all sent down to the basement, and the parents were upstairs. I don't know what they were doing. I guess drinking. Used to babysit for Larry Dussault's children. But you know, I never could figure it out. We'd go over there Friday night and not get home till Sunday. Sad for Sally's children, but what did I have to do with your daughter? Take her to the hospital? She had to get a shot of because of her asthma.
Yeah, she had asthma too.
Yeah, that was a little bit scary. And Dick and Kay's children, there was never a whole lot going on there. They were always pretty good. I'll never forget, I wasn't supposed to go out, and I went to Winterhurst, so Dad follows me down there and makes me run behind the car all the way home. I guess that taught me. Okay, what questions do you have?
Tell us some stories about your dad, your mom and dad.
Well, Mom would want us out of the house, so she'd ask Dad to take us, and we'd go somewhere, nowhere, everywhere, and elsewhere. And that'd be like down the valley, maybe to Mally's, rock climbing, just out of her hair.
Anywhere we could think of.
Oh, but I must have been about 6, and she had him take us to the movie, and he got The Blob, was the movie at the Detroit Theater. And Mom had an absolute fit when he came home. Oh, they're going to have nightmares. I remember younger brother Bob coming home crying. He couldn't have been but about 3. What happened? I tripped over a sign. What kind of a sign? A keep out sign. So, and Art had to fish Barbara out of a little fishing pond. She decided she wanted to go swimming down at the neighbors.
We were fishing with peanut butter sandwiches.
Oh, she was fishing with peanut butter sandwiches.
Yeah. And I fell in, and the woman that owned the property would not help. Art had to pull me out. It was shallow, but I was 3, he was 4. And he pulled me out. Oh, you're sneaking off now, aren't you, kid?
Yeah.
No, turn it elsewhere.
So, Barb, I remember whenever, Liz will attest to this, whenever we went to Uncle Art's house, we used to have to be prepared to be tickled. It was really scary for a little girl to be tickled by your Uncle Art. Did he ever do that to you guys?
No. When we were little on Elmwood still, television would be on that little screen, and he'd lay on his back, his knees were up, and his hands were like behind on the floor. And he'd stand on his hands, and he'd put one foot up the floor. He did press-ups with us on his hands.
Oh my God.
And the only reason his foot was up was for balance for us. And he tried to do 2 feet on one hand. But I mean, we were like 8 or 9 years old, even, and he was still doing it.
I remember you guys had a little dog named Nipper.
Nipper Dussault.
Nipper.
Yeah, Dad, some old guy at a fire. There was a fire on some street when he was working, and an old guy had, is that where Nipper came from?
An old guy came into the fire station at 43's house up on Rocky River Drive,
And he couldn't take care of the dog anymore, and he asked if somebody could please take this dog. And so Dad brought Nipper home. And Nipper was famous for chasing his tail.
Yeah.
Once he caught it, he just, and sometimes couldn't even let go of it.
Oh, the late Pat Najat. Oh, okay, I'll be quick.
No, go ahead.
Friend of Susan's.
I'm just going to move closer.
She used to live up Purtis by 43's house, up in there, and she used to take care of her younger brothers and sisters and go into the firehouse. And Pierre Dussault was what he called himself, and he would speak to her with his French accent. Well, years later, she met Susan, they became friends, we had moved as well, and Susan brought her home, and my dad came in the room, and she goes, Pierre, that's you? He got caught out.
No.
Doug, now you keep leaving when this is still on. Oh, it's going over here. Excuse me.
You got anything, Liz?
Do I have anything?
Barb, when you guys lived in
Yes.
Elmwood,
I am Elizabeth Dussault Beck. I am the fourth child of Larry and Barbara, and the third daughter, and had a great time growing up. A few tragedies, a few dysfunctions, only a few. And I don't know. I do remember going to Cleveland to visit cousins, and that was always so much fun. And one year I remember there was a blizzard, and we were heading out of town, and the highway got closed down, so we had to turn around and come back. And I believe we were staying with Sally. I think we were staying with you guys because I played with my cousin Rita, and I played Barbies. And unless I'm thinking of another cousin, but I feel like it was you guys. And we got turned around 3 times. We tried to leave, and I'm sure like bad fish that you were probably ready to get rid of us. But we came back again and again, and then I do remember fighting with my cousin and getting in trouble, and all of our Barbies were taken away. But they were such good times to go visit cousins and try out new families and see how they lived and see what it was all about. So I felt very blessed.